I broke my 24 amp hour battery pack that I built a while back for my e-bike, and it's most likely because I didn't pack enough foam around them. Actually, I didn't pack any foam around it because I didn't have any with me. Normally what I like to do is I like to have foam around it, foam between each module, and then compress it down really hard with a toolbox that I use for the battery box. Well, on this older bike that I have, I don't have a battery box, or I don't have a toolbox. I have an old lead acid battery box, so it doesn't clamp down the same way, so it's hard to clamp it down. And I didn't have any foam with me, so I just didn't have hardly any padding. And then two other things: I accidentally overinflated my tires, and we have brick roads where I live, so they're just horrible. Also brick roads without maintenance, so they're just horrible roads. So that all added up to break the connection in one of my battery packs. I'm not sure which one it is, but I say let's rip this open, remove this crappy gaffer's tape, see how everything's doing. If there's any broken connections, I have my soldering iron already heated up, my nice big 300 watt one, have some solder, and then we can put it back together with some better gaffer's tape on it. Well, let's get started. I found at least one bad connection, so it's these two pieces right here, and whenever I flex the battery, you can see that it kind of messes up the voltage a little bit. Now imagine, instead of it having a zero load like this, you have a 10 or 15 amp load on it, like for the e-bike battery. Well, that becomes a big resistor and becomes very, well, much more apparent at least. So I can just take this and flash solder it. See, that's the main reason why I use such a big soldering iron, is just because it is so hot. It can just, there's no shortage of thermal capacity to put through that. Another one over here. And there we go. That should be a lot better. Now when I flex it, even in the same ways that I was doing before, there's still a connection, so that's good. Let's flip it over and see the other side. This side still seems pretty fine, so that's good. I still find it really funny how I used nails to connect these cells together. I figured it might work for a little bit, but it actually worked for a lot longer than I expected. I did it because I think I had this wire at my mom's house here, and I was putting this together in my dad's basement across town, so I didn't have time to go back and get more wire, and I couldn't go out and buy wire because I just didn't have the money for that. So I had to grab the closest thing I could, and those were some nails. But it's actually worked out pretty well, because this thing's taken me about 5,000 miles. I'm going to go back through and try to put more solder on some of these, just to make sure that they're nice and connected. I mean, they're not going to be nice and connected. They're nails soldered to cells with a 1950s soldering iron. But, you know, whatever. It was cheap, and it's actually lasted me a long time. Yeah. Might hit that one. And I'll probably go back over that one a little bit. I wish I'd known about gaffer's tape at the time, because gaffer's tape probably would have held up better than this duct tape. Because at least on this older one from 2013, it's starting to get a bit degraded. But you know what? It's duct tape, and it's like 3 years old, and it's gone really far for like a very small amount of time and work. So, to be honest, it's all good. So I'm going to set this upright and stretch this tape around it to add some more stability to it. I want to make sure these cells are nice and compressed, you know? So now, even if the duct tape fails, we'll have the gaffer's tape on the outside. And hopefully that'll also help keep it from having like twisting forces applied to it. That seems to actually quite a bit right there. I like making this go on nice and tight, and then I get my Victorinox Super Tinker out, cut this down along here. This folds down, and this folds over. And that's a nice way. Or, actually I guess since it's gaffer's tape, it'll cut even easier. Ah yes, more control, so I don't have to worry about that. I can just go like that. Perfect. With the duct tape, sometimes it can be weird how it rips. Gonna have the wires coming out through this slit in the tape. I think that's working out pretty well. This gaffer's tape is actually working out really quick too. I think that looks great. I'm very happy with that. And it's very easy to grip too because it's gaffer's tape. So here's my electric bicycle, and this box is just complete shit. I recommend going and getting a lockable toolbox that can really clamp down. This thing was a bad idea, and I'm never going to get one of these boxes for it again. But here is my 16 amp hour battery pack. This is my later one from 2015. It was only meant to help this 24 amp hour battery pack in driving my electric cargo trike I used to have, so that's why the wires aren't nearly as thick as they should be. Although, this actually can run the bicycle just by itself. I just can't go full speed. Now, I have a jacket that I'll use for padding. So that should help a lot. But it'd be really nice just to not have any gap. So I definitely need a better box than this. That 16 amp hour battery pack that I made in 2015 doesn't rely nearly as much on duct tape as these battery packs did. That one, I added a 3D printed frame to it so that it wouldn't have as much duct tape. I don't know how I feel about it. It probably is a better idea, but I don't know. We'll find out. So I'll take one of these, connect it to that. So now the battery packs are together, 48 volts. I'll take the wires, connect that together. So this is outputting the 48 volts to the motor. I can just tuck these all in here. These are the balance leads, by the way. I didn't really have any of the right connectors, so I just went ahead and used 9-pin D-sub connectors. I believe I can use this welding jacket as the top padding, because, well, this battery really needs padding. It's a shame that this ride is so terrible. Got a bit of a strap for added support. Although this strap's pretty weak, I should get a better strap than this. But there we go. I can just connect this power connector, and there we go. We have power. I'm just gonna let out some of the air because this tire is, I don't know if it's dry rotting or what. Much better. And the front one can go a little bit too. It seems to be working fine, so that's good. Let's give it a go. I stopped on this hill, so we're going uphill. Let's start out. Plenty of power. Full power. Yep. Pretty good. I rode a little bit to get around here, and it's doing fine. So I think it's pretty much fully revived. It's nice to have 2 electric bicycle battery packs again. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya!